So our good customer Corey brought us this 1970 LS6 Chevelle. Now, as you can see, this car is pretty much a survivor car. It is numbers matching and it's well documented. So he brought it to us. He wants us to do a complete rotisserie restoration on the car. I don't think we're going to find a whole lot of surprises, but as you know, when you get this thing stripped to bare metal, it's all right there, right? We're going to find out if it's got rust, hidden damage, whatever may pop up. But a few things that we've already noticed, like, you know, it's got some E-coat showing through on these fenders, which leads us to believe maybe at some point in its life the fenders were replaced. But aside from that, it looks like it's mainly all original body panels still. So maybe it had a little front end collision at some point or had some rust in the bottom of the fenders. I don't know, but it does seem like the fenders have been replaced. The interesting thing about this car is it does run and drive. It runs really well, actually. So you start up, we drove it in the shop. So that's got that going for it. We know the motor is at least in running condition, so that will help. But it's going to be about a 2-year process. You know, we'll take it down and we're going to redo every inch of this car. The tough thing for us here at Classic Car Studio is how do we do this without going completely overboard like we always do in every car. We're going to have to hold ourselves back a little bit and not make everything so perfect to where it doesn't look like an original restored car. So we'll probably tighten the gaps very slightly, you know, make sure they're all even. And then we will, you know, just take out some of the factory stamping waves and that kind of thing. But overall, it will still look like a 70 LS6 Chevelle, but it's going to be just a little nicer than they were from the factory. He does have all the documentation for the car. So as you can see, this car, here's the original build sheet. It is an LS6 car. Very cool that they have this. We've got the original window sticker with the car as well. And the Protecto plate. So it's really well documented. And our customer this is one of his favorite cars, and he was really happy to find it. You know, and he doesn't mind going through the restoration process. That way, in the end, he knows exactly what he has. So we're going to do an awesome job for him. You know, hopefully it keeps the car forever. And stay tuned. I think you guys will like to see this restoration process go down.
Now that we got the body and the frame back from sandblast, we found a few more holes than we were expecting. So before we epoxy anything, we're going to go ahead and do a lot of our rust repair. get everything cleaned up, all the new panels in. Then we'll do one final sand down and get it epoxy when it's all said and done. What are these holes for?
Plug welds. You're gonna weld this to the firewall, like the factory. So we're taking the body off of the rotisserie right now. We're going to set the floor pan up in there, the main floor. Everything else is mocked up. Then we can set everything down as a unit on top of the chassis, make sure our body bolts line up, take everything loose from clamps, let everything relax, and from there we're ready to finish our welding out.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more build videos like this, help us out by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. And it's a little thing to do, but don't forget to turn on those notifications. If you want to buy merch, go to store.classiccarstudio.com. See you next time.